Going great, I think. Everything's smooth, according to plan.
Yeah, well, he's been in the game for years. I used to work with him on Peter, you know. Lovely guy. I was a runner for Dorothy Hammerman. She scared the shit out of me. I loved him, though.
She's backstage.
Yep, saw her in the corridor. Hopefully she didn't see me.
You hiding from one of the guests, Eric?
10 seconds, everybody. Yeah, all right. She scares me a bit. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across so many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
Toe me up!
That's right, a man who needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. Your sidekick for almost 13 years, Little Jimmy Chisel!
I go by Jim now, mostly.
Lovely. There we go. Get that right. Ah, together again, eh, lads? This has got to be bringing back some memories, eh?
It certainly does. Not all of them good uns, eh, Pete?
We had our moments, LJ. I'll give you that.
Well, Jimmy, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight onto this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and the off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Well, you know, Eamon, there's really not that big a difference. I mean, Pete's not pretending to be anything. He is what he is, and what he is a massive...
Steady now.
prankster.
He said prankster, not wanker, in case you didn't get it.
I've lost count of the number of pranks he's pulled on me over the years, both on and off screen.
Actually, we've got a little bit of footage here which shows us exactly what you're talking about. Let's roll it there.
And let's get those nails in good and tight, shall we, little Jimmy?
Sure thing, Pete. Toe me up!
Here you go, pal. Make sure you hit it good and hard. Oh, Jimmy, what have you done to yourself now?
God, I remember that when we sabotaged the hammer. It took us 3 hours to set that one up.
Yeah, and about 6 weeks before I could walk without crutches.
Oh, God, those crutches, they were always getting in the way.
Were they?
Lost none of the old spark, eh, boys?
Well, that's the last footage you'll find of me wearing sandals. I mean, my feet are grotesque now. Children get upset.
Little Jimmy Chisel, everybody.
It's Jim now. Oh, never mind.
Choose yourself.
According to the script, it's Little Jimmy Chisel next, Eric. Is it Little Jimmy Chisel?
I keep telling you, Eamon, I'm not in charge of that.
For God's sake, how hard can it be? I mean, they're all out there. The guests are in the holding area. In the right order. In the right bloody order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count them in.
I know, Eamon, I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Eric. Not 2, 6, 4, 1, 3, 5 or whatever random gobbledygook happens to spill out of your head.
10 seconds, everybody.
Little Jimmy Chisel. Please, Eric.
OK, we're going in 5, 4, 3.
What fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
I have an enormous tool up me.
Ah, Christ!
Oh no, he's Peter Clement. Not so enormous.
That's right, a man who needs no introduction, but we're giving him one anyway. It's not your sidekick of almost 13 years, Little Jimmy Chisel. It's... Christ, it's some sort of bloody Yeti. No. Not there, thank you. So, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight into
You
this
hold.
bit.
This Irkistanian Special Reserve vodka. It light fire in you. Men have given up their virgin children for just one glass of this.
That's probably not true.
For every drop you spill, I cut off one finger with this.
That's a bloody big one you've got there.
Yes, it was my grandmother's.
I'll put it away, mate. Stop the theatrics and pour the bloody drinks.
Yeah, surprised they let you into the studio with that, you know. I thought there would have been some sort of search or something.
You don't search an ambassador, pal. Anyway, he's got diplomatic immunity. He could cut your tongue out and they couldn't touch him.
Down in one, yes. Like village sex goat.
I don't even want to know what that means. Oh, Jesus, Horatio queef sniffing. Christ, Ivan. What the hell is that?
That, Peter Clement, is the reason you wake up in morning in cell facing firing squad, yes? Another.
Oh, let's just give us just a minute, pal. That first one is still stripping the skin off my stomach.
Peter Clement and I fight in war together, Desley men. Our units are in Konislava.
We were ambushed.
Smoke is everywhere. It's burning my eyes. I'm separated from my squad, lost in fog. I hear bullet whiz past ear. You hear bullet whiz past ear.
I was in a fairly competitive darts match once. No, not really.
Out of smoke come men wearing mask. Smoke is not just smoke, you see, it's a poison gas. He come over to me, take off mask and put on my face. He lead me out of fog. We share mask, pass back and forth. He bring me to cellar under shop. We collapse there, coughing out muck from lungs and crying.
5 days we were there, ate what we could find.
Mainly dog food.
And a tin of peaches, but we did spill most of it fighting over it.
On morning of 6th day, all is quiet above. We venture out. No one is there. It's like, how you say, ghastly town.
Ghost town. Nothing but corpses, cinders.
No one is there. Everybody is gone. We fight to death over small town and nobody won it anyway.
We didn't even find out who won that day.
Nobody win. Everybody lose. Except maybe us.
Took nearly 4 weeks crossing country before we got to command. By the time we reached it, we'd had a few scrapes. And we knew we'd be friends for life.
So, what are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Simple. On screen, Peter Clement never had to kill anyone.
Yes, and actually, we've got some archive footage here which shows exactly what you were talking about. Oh, dear God, I hope we don't. Let's go to that now, shall we?
Well, when it's a fiddly task, I know a little fella who's just the job. Let's turn to my trusty 7-inch... my trusty... who's been messing with my tools? I'm not kidding, Frank. Someone's been messing with my tools. He should be here, and she should be there, and this fella's all wonky look. LJ! LJ!
Tool me up!
Don't give me that shit. Have you been using my tools?
I wouldn't touch your tools, boss. Everyone knows they're the love of your life.
I'm not doing a bit, LJ. Huh? Someone's been in here and mucked everything up.
Should we just cut here?
No! Frank, no! We should not just fucking cut. Let's keep the cameras rolling and see who's getting fired, shall we?
No one's getting fired, Peter.
He hates it when people use his tools.
Not helping, Jim.
Who's been at my fucking tools?
No one's been at your tools. Remember half an hour ago when you came back from lunch, staggering round here trying to find somewhere to piss? You knocked them off. You did it. So I picked them up like I always do, put them back in, so you wouldn't have to. Because the only one messing with your tools is you. Okay?
So I...
Yes.
When I...
Again. Yes.
Well, this is bloody awkward. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, LJ. Such a dangly twat bash. Who's been at my tools? Well, viewers, I think we've all learned something today.
Don't get plastered at lunchtime.
No, shite, no, we're never going to learn that. Hey, viewers. No, what I've learned today is always set your toolbox back from the edge of the shelf. God, I'll be misfiling the hinges next, honestly.
Great to see you've lost none of the old spark there.
Why did you show that, Eric?
What?
7 years of footage, and you show a clip that makes me look like a complete prick.
It's a very human moment.
Don't ambush me, Eric. I'm not in the fucking mood.
It's very unpredictable drink. You try.
Oh, no, I think it'd probably kill me.
To be fair, I was pretty pissed that day. Dottie and I went for some pints and chases at the Bull and Bollock.
Is that an actual pub?
I'm not normally an angry man.
Unless he wants his share of peaches. Another.
Do you think that's a good idea?
There is nothing wrong with anger, my friend. Anger is how we survive Konislava.
I'm too old for anger.
And yet it's still lurks within you. To the blood in us all.
And there we go. Right, let's get you out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, magnificent Sasquatch.
Channel your rage. It make you mad.
We think Mayor found him.
Who?
Sydney, the brother.
So?
He lives in the capital about 10 minutes from the fucking studio.
I'm not aware of there being any brother in the script, Eric, so, I mean, what's the point of us...
Eamon, fuck the script. This is the type of TV that people remember. The type that wins TV Nation Awards.
TV Nation Awards? Well, yeah, they're coming up, aren't they? Yeah, fuck it. Let's send Helen a taxi just in case.
Already on it. 10 seconds, everybody. TV fucking Nation Awards. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Well, fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side. Oh no, hang on, wait, he's been on already.
We didn't have much back then, but where there's a finger, there's fun, as they say at the confectioners.
Give me that woman. Son, it's your dad. The pricks have sent us on at the wrong ruddy time.
Yes, that's right. It's a man and a woman who need no introduction, but we're going to give them one anyway. It's your sidekick. No, look, it's clearly your parents. Well, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight into this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Not much. They're both feckless ingrates.
Martin Clement, you take that back. He's your own flesh and blood.
Shut up, woman, blithering on with your nonsense.
I think everybody thinks they know our Petey, but no one knows him like his mam does. I know him better than he knows his own foreskin, as they say at the bar mitzvah.
He was just about passable when he was younger. Not a patch on his brother, but you don't get two like that.
We're ever so proud of him. He's like the first cock of the spring, as the airmen say.
Well, apparently we have some archived, never-before-seen footage of you, Peter, with your mysterious brother, on the Just the Job set.
What is this, Eamon? A fucking ambush?
Let's roll that now, shall we?
All right, Pete.
All right, our Sid. What brings you to the capital?
Had to hand deliver some contracts for Mr. Barrington. Thought I'd make the most of it and see the hottest show in town.
Oh, you flatter me.
It's that fellow at the Royal Grange, right?
Oh, you cheeky bugger. Where are you sat?
Oh, they're just going to slip us in at the back, I think. We didn't have tickets.
At the back? Like fuck they will.
Oh, don't make a fuss out,
Frank!
Pete.
Frank! I want the best seats in the house for my two very special guests. This is my brother, and this... Oh. Welcome.
Oh, God, I'm forgetting my manners. Peter, this is the lady I was telling you about.
The one that has you enamoured. I can see why.
I'm not afraid to say you're probably looking at Mrs. C.
Undoubtedly.
You seem close.
They were. Until he went to that capital and became one of you TV ponces.
Martin!
Abandoned his brother.
He abandoned me. He walked away.
Because of what you did, you sneaky little shite!
Well, as they say at the laundrette, the past is like a spunky jumper.
Jesus Horatio Grimlicker Christ! Will you shut up, woman, and let me speak?
Go on, then.
Well, with all your fussing, I forgot what I was going to say.
Fanny and Martin Clement, everybody.
Sorry, love.
It's all gone a bit political, don't you think?
Well, the bloke's running for Prime Minister. How do you think it was going to go?
It would help if we could stick to the script.
Well, Eamon, you are managing. 10 seconds, everybody.
No, we're not incisors, are we?
OK, we're going in 5, 4, 3...
What fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had two successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
I may be many reprehensible things, Eamon, but I am certainly not anything as dreadful as a man.
Oh, Christ, that's Dorothy Hammerman.
You called me early, you useless shower of soon-to-be unemployed delinquents. I will be calling Bozeman immediately after this debacle, don't you worry. Eric, have a full production team list sent to my dressing room. Petey, sweetie, I'm sorry you're having to enjoy this clusterfuck. Wouldn't happen on 3. Eamon, do you have a question you want me to ignore?
Well, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight on this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Oh, well, that's actually a good question.
Oh, thank Christ.
There was this famous episode of Just the Job when I was just a runner. There was this old lady coming on, and her husband had recently passed on, and she wanted to finish making his last project. A shoe rack, I think.
Spice rack.
Spice rack, yes, of course.
Actually, yes, we've got a bit of archive footage which shows exactly what you've just been talking about. Let's roll that there.
Oh, sorry about my hands, love. They're so shaky these days.
Oh, don't you worry, Pet. Let's get that stuck in that hole, shall we?
Cheeky boy. My Ernie loved a laugh.
Bit of a comedian, was he?
Oh, yeah. I always thought he'd end up on the telly. But he got something in his lungs, see, in the pits.
Oh, God, that's awful, Judy.
He hated that job. Dark and sweaty and back-breaking. Not fit for a person, he'd call it. But we needed the money, so he stuck it out.
Hard worker.
Even when they cut the overtime, he stayed loyal. But when he started coughing up blood, they couldn't get rid of him quickly enough. Threw him on the slag heap.
Awful.
And the day he died, the very day, they cut the pension.
So how are you getting by, Pet?
Well, the kids are trying their best to help out. It's been easier in the summer, but winter is round the corner and...
It's outrageous. No one should have to... I'll tell you what, Judy. I'm going to pay you that pension.
Huh?
I'm going to pay it out of my own pocket, and I'm going to keep paying it as long as you need it.
What?
And that's a Peter Clement promise.
Touching stuff.
How long were you paying her, Peter?
Oh, bugger, I don't remember, a few years.
So generous.
No, not really, Eamon. It's barely a fraction of what I was getting paid to fart ass about on TV. I'm not joking, Eamon. Now it's changed for people like her. But you and me, we're drinking at the Frampton. How's that just, mate?
Well, I could certainly afford to pay a little bit more.
Then I've got more than I know what to do with. What about you, Eamon? Where's your cash?
I have a lot of children. Dorothy Hammerman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, how much is it going to cost me when you win?
Oh, it's going to make your fanny clench, Dot. I promise you that.
Oh, well, had a good run.
Two guests down, haven't asked a question yet.
But still, you remember legendary episodes of Just the Job when he was clearly out of control.
No, Eric, this is a family show. We're not having any of that.
Well, if you want them to be playing us in shows like Best of the 80s long after we're dead, sometimes it's just best to let it run.
No, the show is called Bits of Your Life.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not getting tight with Eamon Pistley.
That would make a good show. Okay, going in 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had two successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64 and again from 1972 to 1976. And through many of those shows, there was always one man by your side. But he's already been on. So, who's there? And do you have any alcohol on you?
Julia Salisbury, and not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good. Julia Assembly, everybody!
It's Julia Salisbury.
Close enough. Do you want me to? Yeah.
You okay?
Don't worry, I can handle it, Pet.
Okay. We don't want another repeat of Huntleton, do we?
Well, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight on this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen...
Oh, sorry, Amy, that'll be Dottie's fucking fortified wine, sorry.
What are the differences, would you say...
Jesus! Oh, shouldn't put back. Gracious.
Let me get a glass of water, Eric.
Sorry, no, don't worry.
Doesn't matter. We're back drinking.
I don't really drink, just the odd glass of white wine.
Good for you. Julia Gooseberry, everybody.
Are you not going to ask me a question?
What's the point? Go on, that way.
Okay.
So, now we're going to have a look at some archive footage. Oh, shite, I've sent her off too early. Eric, on it. So, we're going to show you some archive footage, which hopefully shows something relevant.
There it is. The perfect dovetail joint. Who won't be proud to see that on the cabinet, eh? But now it's time to check in with little Jimmy Chisel and see how he's getting on. Jimmy?
I'm coming.
Jesus, Jimmy.
Shit, sorry, Frank.
You all right there, LJ?
Christ, what was in that coffee?
Ooh, looks like little Jimmy Chisel's been at the bottle, ladies and gents. So now it's time for another episode of our occasional series, Things Not to Do When You're Drunk.
Things not to do when you're drunk. What do you need, boss?
Jimmy. Tell us, my handy friend, on the Just the Job scale, how slosh do you think you are?
Well, boss, I'd say I'm somewhere between a few pints at lunchtime and don't operate a domestic animal.
It's quite a wide band. Care to narrow it down?
Well, if I have to, I'd say I'm near. Ask a drinking buddy if you seem safe to drive.
Excellent.
I don't understand it. It tasted like coffee.
Ethyl alcohol, LJ, the best friend of the practical joker. It was Frank's idea. He got some for cleaning up the mess from his sores, didn't you, Frank?
Hey, that was private.
Sorry, mate. Right, Jimmy. Today's things not to do when you're drunk involve these. Wood carving is a tradition that dates back thousands of years. It's in our blood. Well, not LJ's blood. He's about 85% booze at the moment. But for the rest of us, wood carving can be as simple as making a mortise and tenon joint, or as complex as something like this. So, Jimmy, that's the challenge. You have until the end of the show to turn this into this.
You're taking the piss.
Language, mate. Off you go. Now, the earliest wood carvings were such things as wooden spears from the Middle Paleolithic era.
Ow, shit!
Or the fish hooks and pipe stems of ancient nomadic tribes.
Fuck it!
Wood carving has always been both utilitarian and decorative.
Ow!
You okay there, LJ? Now that looks like something you shouldn't do when you're drunk. LJ?
Certainly is, boss. If I wasn't hammered, I reckon this would probably hurt. A lot.
Yes, it sure does look nasty. Play the jingle.
Things not to do when you're drunk.
So great to see you've lost none of the old spark. Rejoining us is Julia Grimble-Bimble.
Not even close.
Nice to see you getting into the spirit of the evening, if you'll pardon the pun.
Well, mine's not really a spirit, so the pun doesn't really work.
See, this is what happens when you tear up the script.
No. There was a little table over there where we're supposed to gather for the finale. Oh, I got you one of these.
Don't mind if I do.
What about Huntleton?
Guess that's show business for you. Infectious.
Did you ever even watch any of those early episodes of Just the Job?
No, I'm sorry, I was a bit too young.
So it was absolutely pointless bringing you back here.
Seems so.
Great. June Thingamy, everybody.
What a strange show.
That's very popular. We could use their numbers.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, me too.
Right, I'm not going to argue with you, Eric, but we are definitely fucked here. It's just a question of how badly fucked are we? I mean, are we talking tickling us with the tip or crushing prostates?
You should have been a poet.
By the time Hammerman's finished with us, we won't be able to hold a pen.
I don't think she was actually angry with us. Apparently she got a phone call in the first slot, and we're just collateral damage.
I can't work as a poet, Eric.
10 seconds, everybody.
Don't know any rhymes.
Okay, going in 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64 and again from 1972 to 1976. And Peter, across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
To me up.
And that's not him.
Can I not just do my own line up?
No, it's too late. What's your name, darling?
Chelsea Buns.
Oh, that's your actual name. Okay. Chelsea Buns, everybody!
Oh, no, I forgot my jiggy bit. Oh, I'm coming. Wait up. Wait for me, I'm coming. Oh.
Oh,
Chelsea, how are you, pet?
Petey, love. Oh, you've not aged a jot.
Try telling that to me, bladder.
You take a seat there now. Well, Chelsea, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight into this bit of Peter's life.
Well, to be honest, love, I'm not. But as I'm here and I'm on telly, I'll give it a go. Fire away.
Right, what are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Oh, well, I'd like to think that the off-screen version is a lot more sober.
Well, you'd be surprised, love. Everybody likes a drink in this game, or worse. But I've never got mixed up in drugs. And as me old man used to say, what looks like chocolate often turns out to be sculpted shite.
Yes, we've got a little bit of archive footage here which shows us exactly what you're talking about there. Let's have a look at that.
Oh, God.
Okay, LJ, let's take a look at one of our viewers' letters.
Right you are, boss. This first one's from... This can't be right.
Give me that. This letter is from... Oh.
See?
This letter is from Dick Cockley.
Dick Cockley?
Who comes from... Oh, fuck off.
Let me. Dick Cockley from Little Muff on the Green. He says, it's not a real place, is it?
Fuck knows. I know we shouldn't have had those chasers, though.
He says, don't look at me, you'll set me off.
He says that?
No, shut up. He says, dear Peter, I'm having terrible trouble with my knob. It's so small I can't even use it.
I think he's talking about a doorknob, ladies and gents.
I wouldn't be so sure. Listen to this.
Oh, God.
I've tried to get a bigger one, but all the shops have run out of big knobs. All they've got left is tiny little knobs even smaller than mine.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I'm too pissed for this.
Bloody lightweight. The other day, I needed to get into the bathroom in a hurry, but I couldn't get a grip on the tiny knob. I got so angry that I kicked the knob with all my might and it went straight through the wood. So now my knob is stuck inside the door.
You don't need our help, mate. You need a doctor.
I don't have a big enough tool to get it out. Can Just the Job please send one of your fellas over with one of their big tools to try and fish out my little knob? For Christ's sake, did you write this, Frank?
It's real.
It's real. Oh, Christ. I'm so sorry, Dick.
Dick Cockley. Just get to the end.
Okay, I'm nearly there. Otherwise, Peter, I'm afraid my knob might be lost forever.
So great to see you've lost none of the old spark there.
God, I remember that. We were 3 sheets to the wind. You should get Jimmy out here to talk about it.
Actually, that was the plan.
I used to watch Just the Job back in the day. Oh, yes. You see, I used to work in City and my boss, he bought me a colour telly. You don't need to know the details. But it meant I could watch Just the Job whenever I could. I were that excited. I used to tell the old world and his mother, see him, I know him. Oh, Petey, love, I was so proud to have known you. Oh, and also so sad to have lost your love. I mean, I know it were only a few months, and let's face it, we were so bloody young, but, you know, you were... No, you still are the nicest, kindest, most attentive bloke I've ever been with. And I'll tell you something else for nowt. You were the only man who used to make me...
Steady now.
And without you, I would never have discovered the reliable pleasures of the black and tan.
First girl I ever knew to drink a pint. Oh, whatever happened to us, eh?
You did, Petey, love. You and the black and tans.
Yeah. I remember. Sorry, Charles.
Ah, you're all right, Petey. I forgave you years ago. You were weak and easily led. And let's be honest, once you had a fucking drink inside you, you were a sucker for a pretty face. It was like you had this insatiable need to be loved. Like you had something to prove to the entire fucking world. More likely, yourself.
Chelsea Bonds, everybody!
Thank you for agreeing to do this, Chelsea.
I just wanted to see your eyes again. They're not the same, Petey.
small